Welcome to the Jam Sessions podcast, backstage at Nova Scotia Music Week 2021. I'm Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and the Second Button podcast. I'm here helping out my brother, Darcy.
Hello.
He's a co-host of the Jam Sessions podcast. With us now, we have Baba No Baby. His bio from the Nova Scotia Music Week website says Baba No Baby is a teenage Arab Canadian hip-hop artist who makes trap and drill songs with old-school boom-bap influences. Baba No Baby grew up as Ahmed in Sydney River, Nova Scotia. He strives to incorporate his Saudi Arabian culture into his music and inspire other young Middle Eastern artists. Ahmed has been recording music since he was 14 and was fueled by some early success on Soundcloud. In January 2020, he released his first single to major streaming platforms, The 80s, which put him on the map of the Canadian East Coast music scene. His debut LP, Mixed Emotions, is out now.
So, hello and thank you for coming and sitting with us today.
Thank you for having me, bro. That was a really good intro. I like that. It was cool.
So, I had mentioned to a few people we weren't sure of the format coming into this. It's not actually going to air live, so it'll be out after tonight's performance.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, is there any other performances you have coming up, just in case people are listening to this?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I have like a whole thing on my phone.
Fair enough.
All right. But yeah, we got a couple lined up. We got one. I don't want to say all these off the top of my head and get the wrong dates, but so November 5th tonight we have the trio show. Acadia University at the Axbar, we're having that November 20th, and then Halifax, Nova Scotia at the Seahorse, December 3rd. And then Sydney, Nova Scotia, the Capri, that's my hometown. We're throwing a show there, December 23rd. Cool. So, yeah, we got a couple of shows coming in this month, man.
Are you performing with different people at those shows, or is it like a little tour? Or?
It's mainly a tour. My buddies AT and Jax are throwing it on.
Oh, they're on the same. We just had them in here.
Yeah, they're really good people, man. I love
You said the third. I thought I was going to go on up on the third anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe I can catch both, but I guess I could because you're at the same.
It sounds like we're slowly forming a plan to go see you guys in Halifax.
They're really good live, man. I've been working with them for a minute. Yeah,
awesome.
That's kind of how I got involved with Dryden and shit. It was through them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I did a show and then. For AT and Jackson, and Dryden really liked it. And that's how
awesome.
we really got it. Yeah.
Does Dryden have many other acts besides you guys, like the two acts?
No, it's just us right now. It's a lot to handle.
Oh, yeah, no, I can only imagine. Yeah, you guys have got a lot going on. So you started when you were 14. What are you, 19, 20 now?
I'm 19 right now.
Okay. Yeah. So you used to go under a different name when you released the 80s.
It was just because I went to Subway one time, right? And this was like grade 9, and I really couldn't figure out what my rap name was going to be. So I was like, okay, let me think of something. And like, this was like SoundCloud era days, so Young was really like in. It was like, in my head, it was either Lil or Young. So I was like, all right. And then I was in Subway one day, and then instead of saying jalapenos, I said jalapenos. And then my friend just like called me an idiot. And he was like, yo, you should go by Young Jalap, you idiot. Like, all right. And then I took that literally. And then I ran with that for like 3 years.
That's awesome.
And honestly, it probably still would be that today. But my Instagram got deleted like last year.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I'm not keeping the same name. I might as well just rebrand.
Yeah.
So
fair enough, yeah.
We started from the bottom. We're trying to work our way back up.
Awesome.
And Sydney River is where you grew up then.
Yeah, Sydney River.
So, I mean, you're talking in your own bio here too about your like Middle Eastern heritage and stuff like that. Yeah, so is that something that comes from your family where you're growing up in Sydney River anyway?
No, it doesn't really come from that. It stems from like my dad's background mainly because my mom's from Vancouver.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So her name's Heather, but my dad's named Abdurazak, so it's like complete opposites, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So, and I grew up in Sydney and no Arab kids lived there, you know what I mean? Like my dad tried to make me go to Sunday school when I was a kid, but I wasn't into that, you know what I mean? Because everybody around me didn't speak Arabic, so I was like, what's the point in learning this? And then when I took my first trip to Saudi, that's when I kind of like started embracing my heritage a little bit, because it's kind of fucked up to assume, but I was brainwashed into like being ashamed of like my own name, you know what I mean? Because like everybody around me would have like Kyle or like John or something, and then I'm Ahmed, and I don't even say my like own name right. Like I'm supposed to like, there's like a, I got brainwashed into saying my name wrong, bro. So like, it's weird, but I don't know.
It's unfortunate it is that way here that you
like,
need a white name kind of.
It's a little fucked
air
up.
quote thing.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like, I mean, obviously you're looking at us where we kind of blend in with most people around here anyway, but I have seen people like name changes that are not necessary.
And we have friends that have
for real?
that are names that are the white people name kind of thing, right? It's unfortunate that it's done that way, but.
So that's cool. So you spent some time over there, just like vacationing, family kind of stuff?
Just family, bro. I was actually there for like 8 months last time, which was
cool.
like, I wasn't supposed to be there for 8 months. It's just we got locked in because of the borders.
Oh, yeah.
So that was bad because I don't know a single lick of Arabic, you know what I mean?
No.
So like being 8 months there, it was just, I'm not going to say it was hell. Yeah, but... and like I smoke a lot of weed too, so I couldn't really smoke weed there. You know what I mean? You're gonna get lashed if you try to smoke weed there.
I suppose we've gone the complete opposite direction.
I was just like 8 months sober. It was, I don't know, it was definitely a weird feeling. I hated my life for a minute, and then I got over it. But Saudi was cool, bro. Honestly, I loved it. I learned a lot about myself up there.
So that experience obviously influenced a little bit of the vibe, what you're going for lyrically, or is it just? You're trying to identify with that culture a little bit.
I'm trying to identify more. Yeah, I'm trying to embrace it a lot more.
Awesome.
Yeah, Cape Breton really doesn't have that much for Arab people. So
and that's something that I was kind of asking both Ate and Jax earlier about their hometowns and growing up. And I kind of insinuated it maybe more than getting right to it, but like the rap, hip hop cultures in our smaller Nova Scotia communities. It exists,
but it's really
you listen to it at home and your friends listen to it at home, but there's no scene necessarily.
Yeah.
So did you grow up around a lot of musicians and stuff, or is it?
Bro, I grew up with folk music. You know what I mean? That's Cape Breton. Like, we got a big ass fiddle. That's like what Cape Breton is known for. It's just folk music and stuff, bro. Like, I don't know. There was really no big influences like locally for me growing up. There's one dude, Kyle Mischek. I don't know if you guys know him.
I've heard the name.
He goes by Sunsettle now, but yeah, he's from my hometown.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was making it big when I was a kid, bro. Like I was like 12 years old, and he was like packing in like 10,000 people to see him.
Oh, wow. So there's a little bit of inspiration for you at least. You can see that there's stuff you can do.
Yeah, 100%. That really opened up like the doors for me, and I want to make Cape Breton something. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people say like corny shit like that, but like I'm really gonna try to do that. Like I want to start like putting shows on back home and like really start bringing like other people out there. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's not going to be like Toronto or something, but I feel like it would be cool to just show love and appreciation in my city.
And this is kind of the time for that, like the post-COVID world.
Yeah, as things start to reopen, it's a reset for people to start getting back out there.
Yeah,
we're trying to do that for that December show, right? We're bringing Ate and Jax out, and then I'm also bringing Shawnee. Do you guys know
he
Shawnee?
was actually over here yesterday. We were supposed to schedule an interview and didn't get it in. We're hoping to circle back when we do another season.
He's a good guy,
but he was here for a few minutes. Great guy.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to get Shawnee out there too.
Cool.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. I'll definitely have to keep an eye on that.
100%, bro. Wait, where are you guys originally from? I didn't even ask that.
In Glasgow, in Glasgow County, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's what's up.
Yeah, it's not too far away. Well, I guess we're kind of halfway between there and Halifax right now anyway, so.
Yeah.
Just looking through the notes too. So it was around 4 or 5 years ago you say you started?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so since you've been going under the name Baba No Baby, that's been like a year or so? Or?
Yeah, it's been like around a year.
Okay, so I found FaceTime originally. That was the first thing that popped up. So that was my first introduction to you after I heard from Dryden there.
What'd you think about that?
I liked it. The voice, this is a personal thing. It took me a little bit with the deeper voice for the rap. I listened to some of it, but like we were talking with Ate and Jax earlier, like the rap that I would have listened to earlier in my life is probably a little closer to what they're doing right now, but I definitely listen to a lot of different styles. The one that really grabbed me though is the Nova Scotia Music Week playlist. Actually has Supposed to Do on.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I did. I was at actually Jeff that does the Jam Sessions podcast normally. I was over at his house getting the gear and stuff to set up, and he just had the playlist playing, and I'm like, I know that voice. So as much as I said the voice, it took me a little bit of a minute to get used to it. Once I flipped over, I knew it instantly. So
that's cool.
It sounds like an insult when I first say it, but it actually works in your favor because you're easily identifiable as soon as I know who you are.
That's good. I like that.
And you did do a song with Ate and Jax, Vitamins?
Yeah, I got 2 songs with Ate and Jax.
Okay.
Yeah, we did the FaceTime remix too.
I saw the remix last night. It came up. I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet.
It's all right. We're going to play it tonight. If you got some time, you should come check it out.
Cool.
But yeah, I got that Vitamin song. We didn't even think that was really going to go out, to be honest. we were just in Maitland one day and we were all recording, and then I think Ate was like, try to like write a hook for this. I was like, okay. And it took me like 5 minutes, and I wrote the hook. And then like 6 months later, he's like, "Hey, we're dropping it." I was like, "What?" So, he just like, yeah, I don't know.
And you're based out of Halifax now, then?
Yeah, I live in Halifax.
So you're fairly close to these guys anyway. Then yeah. Same management and the same central 100%. Regional.
We're getting a lot closer now.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I moved to Halifax last year, so I'm trying to do something there. And then,
so with our episodes, we usually tag a couple songs on the end. So are those the two that you would suggest we do is supposed to do in the remix of?
Oh, I don't even like supposed to do.
No. Oh, you're not a fan of that?
I don't like, bro. I made that song when I was 16.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I made that song when I was 16, and it was under a different beat too, and I just wasn't fucking with the beat, and I didn't really think I was gonna release that song anyways, and then just a lot of people were telling me to release it, so I kind of just like had to bite my tongue and do it anyways.
Sure.
Yeah. So like,
is that what kind of led to the remix then? Or that was just for FaceTime?
Yeah, just for FaceTime. Yeah.
So what would you want people to listen to as an introduction, if you can?
I'd say like Late Nights and boom-bap shit, because those are two different mixes completely.
Yeah, the boom-bap one, yeah, I've heard that too. Cool, yeah, we'll tag these on the end of the episode, so anyone that's listening to this right now can just continue listening after we're done here, and they'll get to hear your singles. And I was going to put those tour dates for A.T. and Jax in the show notes and stuff too. So when I write Dryden, I'll just make sure I get all your social medias and everything, and we'll get all that in there. So anyone listening to this episode, be sure to check the episode notes to look for all of those links, so you can link and subscribe and like and share and everything else. All right, so is there anything that you would yourself like to say to the listeners of the podcast? Maybe anything about yourself that might be a little interesting, gravitating towards giving you a listen?
Okay. 2 years ago, at a Halloween party, I got shot in the neck with a Roman candle. So that happened. Anyways, that has nothing to do with the story, but I just want to thank everybody for listening, and I hope you all have a good day. You probably smell really good today.
Perfect. Where can we find you online?
Instagram, YouTube, at Baba No Baby, BABA No Baby.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys very much for having me. This is my first podcast, so this was a great experience.
Oh, and we'll have to circle back when you have some new material out, or 100%. If you're doing a new tour in the next year or something, we'll definitely have you back on.
For a full show.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to Jam Sessions Podcast. We're here live at Nova Scotia Music Week 2021. And keep listening. We have many more interviews coming up over the weekend.
Thanks.
The vibes when I go off, lot of late nights, shorty till they close off. Ain't no date nights, rubbing on the fofo, trapping on the old phone, feds don't really know. Lot of vibes when I go off, lot of late nights, shorty till they close off. Ain't no date nights, rubbing on the fofo, trapping on the old phone, feds don't really know. I've been really in some drama, my mama been scared for me, and I've been stacking all this guala, I ain't scared, brody. Cause some people on my life that when I there for me, fuck it, I don't care, I ain't even shed a tear, homie. I was sleeping on them couches, stacking like a mountain. I hit her from the back, I made her bounce it, and we smoking by the ounces. Let my shorty count this, keep it where you found it. Lot of vibes when I go off, lot of late nights, shorty till they close off. Ain't no date nights, rubbing on the fofo, trapping on the old phone, feds don't really know. Lot of vibes when I go off, lot of late nights, shorty till they close off. Ain't no date nights, rubbing on the fofo, trapping on the old phone, feds don't really know. Damn, man, I'm really on my thought shit, juggling for the profit, I'm praying to my prophet. Damn, deep though, yeah, the shorty bopping, my bro got them kilos, so fronted if I want it. Lot of vibes when I go off, lot of late nights, shorty till they close off. Ain't no date nights, rubbing on the fofo, trapping on the old phone, feds don't really know. Lot of vibes when I go off, lot of late nights, shorty till they close off. Ain't no date nights, rubbing on the fofo, trapping on the old phone, feds don't really know. damn, I need a little more. I wish I never took that Molly, cause it's probably why I'm feeling low. But if I'm honest, at the time that shit was really dope. I'm trying to get away, my conscious brain is trying to let me know I ain't no addict, I'm just dealing with some shit. Like a poor drug mix, got me feeling like a king. But when that calm down hits, sober thoughts start to drift about my whole existence. Man, it got me feeling pissed. Feeling guilt up on my shoulders, cruising around in Boulder, smoking, driving while I roll up. Concerned about my future, hope I make it, hope I blow up. Put a lot of time into this shit, so I stay focused. I'm a sick fuck, keep it twisted, delirious and gifted with the flows to make you perish and diminish. I wanna go to Paris just to go and check the prices, but my fans are on a tear, they're looking very insufficient.
You should know we steady burning gas like we on cruise control. Only fuck with shorty if she spin yo.
Got an accent, bitch, what's her address? We pulling up and I know she got some bad friends. Didn't really fuck with me back then. Now I got the Gucci on my mattress. Truly I don't give no fucks, I let it happen. Truly I don't give no fucks about a caption. You got the lights and the cameras, but you ain't about the action. You just acting.